Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get started. So for this first DIY, I am going to take these two pieces of scrap wood. One was I believe a 1x8 or 1x10 that I had left over from a porch sign that I did recently. And then this one that I am painting here is a piece of a front of a drawer from a dresser that I worked on a long time ago. I am going to give them both just one coat of rust-oleum chalk paint in the linen white, because today's video is all about making vintage Christmas decor, and I want to make these look as vintage as possible. So again, just one coat because I will be distressing them pretty heavily. I'm going to use my electric sander and a 220 grit sandpaper. That way I can heavily distress it as I need and see fit. And now it's time to add ribbon. I want these pieces of scrap wood to look like larger vintage gifts. So this ribbon I got, I believe it was last year during the Christmas season, or I don't remember when it was, but I know it was at the Dollar Tree, and I found it and I thought the tones of the red and the burlap was just perfect for the vintage look that I'm looking for. So I'm just going to crisscross it and give it a gift wrapped kind of look, and then hot glue it on the back, and I'll do the same thing to the other one.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe, and I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow.
So I want the decorations on the gifts to look vintagey also. So I'm going to use my antiquing wax from, I think this is Waverly. And I'm just going to kind of like brush it on. I usually do this when I want to give something like a little rusted look. So I'm going to do the same thing with these little bells, as well as some snowflakes that I got at the Dollar General. That way I can kind of, again, go for that look that is more of an older vintage look.
Everything will be okay.
I'm going to add some of these greenery. These are those garland ties from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm just going to hot glue them kind of crisscross on the larger one. And then on the smaller one, I'm just going to put them on opposite sides, kind of diagonally on the box. And then just put everything together. The snowflake on top of the greenery, and then the little bell. And that's it for this one, guys. It is so beautiful. I love the way these turned out. And they're almost timeless. You know, it has that vintage Christmassy look. And I just think it just looks perfect with any decor.
Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything to be perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been
Alright guys, so I want to take a quick minute here, remind you about my new channel, Beauty on Purpose at Home, where I do home inspiration hauls, shop with me, that kind of stuff. This week, I am going to be posting different decorate with me. I posted last week the one on my mantle and entryway. This week, I'll be doing my Christmas tree and my porch. So if you have not connected with me there, please do so. I do have the link down in the description box. All right, so for this next DIY, I am going to use another piece of scrap wood, and this is a larger one. It's a wide 1x12, I believe. And I'm just going to, once again, give it one coat of rust-oleum chalk paint in the linen white. And then I'm going to make some stripes. So I'm going to use some painter's tape to guide me into a couple stripes on each corner. And I'm going to give it one coat of rust-oleum chalk paint in the Farmhouse Red. Alright, so now I'm going to stencil Season's Greetings right on it. This stencil I got at the Dollar Tree last year. I'm just going to use acrylic markers from Artisa as well as a permanent Sharpie. And that's it. I'm not looking for perfection, so I'm just going to kind of just fill it in because I will be heavily distressing it. Once everything was dry, I am now going to distress it using my electric sander and a 220 grit sandpaper. And I'm going to go over everything and not be afraid to just start distressing. I know the distress look is not for everybody. I do like the look. And for this particular decor that I'm doing today, again, I'm looking for a vintage farmhouse kind of old look. I did want to seal everything in case it is used as a tray, so I did seal it with a top coat by Varathane. I am now going to place 2 handles on each side. These handles are very, very vintage. They came from a dresser that was very old, so I am just going to reuse them here. I marked where I needed to drill a couple holes, and then I'm just going to put them on each side. And that's it, guys. This one is also just so unique, so vintagey, old looking, and I love the way that it can be used again as a tray, even as a centerpiece on a large table or as a sign. Love it. Guys, if you have an Instagram account, I would love for you to connect with me there. I post daily, multiple times, just little behind the scenes and clips of videos, and I just love to connect with you there as well. Alright guys, so for this next project, I'm going to take these legs. They came from an old table that I just did not, I think it was, something was wrong with it that I couldn't keep the table, but I thought the legs would be a good idea to keep. So what I'm going to do, I am going to make a cut right around here on both of them with my miter saw, and that way we can get started with our next DIY. Right, the next thing I need to do is, well, I already finished the cut. As you can see, they've been cut and they match in size. Now I'm going to use these little, what are they? They're like little, I don't know, something. Came up with something. I can't remember what it was, but I'm going to use these to create a ladder with these. So what I'm going to do is I am going to drill a couple holes, or not couple, several holes right on the sides of each to match this little dowel here. And that way I can glue them in just like that. And hopefully I can get a matching drill bit or spade bit. Okay, so I wanted to show you how I try to find a good match for 4 sizes with drill bits. So what I do is I take, you know, the size of what I need. I can measure it, but to me it's just easier to just grab, you know, like let's say this drill bit, and then I take the back side, so instead of the front side, the back side, and then I try to, and I'm going to try to do it here with one hand, I'm going to try to see if it matches. So this one is too small. Can you see that? It's just too small, so I may have to go with an even bigger one. So I don't even know if I have a bigger one. Let me see if I find one over here. I have this one already on my drill, and that may be, I don't know if it's the right drill bit. I don't know if this is for wood or not, but I have used it in wood and it works. So let me see. Just showing you here a little behind the scenes of things that I do. Okay, so let's see if this one will match. Nope, it's still too small. See? So we'll see. We'll have to maybe, this one seems bigger anyways. This one I tried first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, is it bigger? Oh, they're about the same. Yeah. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do it and then just wiggle it around and see if I can make it fit. We'll see. All right, so now I am just going to mark here every so many inches just so that I have the marks and I can drill holes that are evenly on each side.
It's white outside and the night is cold. Everyone's lighting candles in their homes. Yes, it's Christmas. It's a magic time. You can feel it in the air, that every child got their hearts filled up.
Once the holes were nicely drilled, I am now going to just pour some wood glue inside each hole. And then I'm just going to start just putting the little spindles in there and just hammering. This took me a lot longer than what I thought it was going to take me. The first row, it was fine. It was putting that second leg that made it a little bit difficult. I don't know why, but in the end, it turned out fine.
Yes, it's Christmas all around. Oh, snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry Christmas to you.
I also want to take a quick minute here and let you know that I do have a blog. It is at DIYbeautyonpurpose.com. I post there monthly different tips and different things that I don't mention or post here on this channel. Check it out. It is in the description box. All right, guys. So now that everything is put together, the wood glue dried, I am going to give it 2 coats of rust-oleum chalk paint in the Farmhouse Red.
This time of year is a time to cheer. Let our loved ones, our family and friends.
And once that paint was dry, I am now going to heavily distress it using a wet distress technique. Basically, you just take a rag, a towel that is wet, not dripping red, but very wet, and then just start wiping away wherever you would see a natural distress. And so that's what I did on both the front and the back of the ladder.
Have a Christmas with.
I wanted to create a little something for the ladder, so I'm just going to make a very simple wreath here using Dollar Tree garland. I'm going to double loop it and then I'm going to twist it around to secure it in place and then just rough it up a little bit so that all the bristles are nicely fluffed. And then I'm going to start putting some decorations. These are very random decorations, just things that I have on hand from other projects that are left over. Hot glue them in place. I'm also going to add a little bell like I did on the gifts, and I will add some more antiquing wax to again give it a vintage old look.
And with joy and laughter, let us make memories that stay forever. It's Christmas today. Oh, snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing, Merry
All right, guys, so we're just about done with this one. I am going to finish up that little bell and then place it on the ladder. And this little ladder turned out so cute. I want to say this is my favorite, but it is almost tie with the gift boxes. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video inspires you to create some things maybe outside the box using pieces of scrap wood that you have left over laying around. If you're visiting for the first time, I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, as always, thank you so much for coming back and watching. Have a blessed day, guys. I'm going to have a playlist here with tons of more Christmas inspiration. If you want to watch more, click on that. I'll see you later. Bye.
Snow is falling down, all the colored lights lighting up this town. And as I walk outside, hear the Christmas choir sing Merry Christmas to you.